Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Danielle, aka Stitcherista here on YouTube, and today is me framing Cherry Blossom by Lizzie Falcon artwork, and the diamond painting kit was by Treasures Studio Art. So I bought the frame from pictureframes.com. It comes in a kit. And I use these latex gloves and tacky spray. You'll see what I use that for. I'll explain that in a second. So the first thing that I normally do is I cut the border off of the diamond painting, because when I ordered the kit, you put in the size of the artwork. You put in the size of the diamond painting area, right? So they send the frame, foam core, and clear acrylic. No company anymore that I know of, when you buy a frame online, is going to ship glass. Acrylic looks just like glass. It's a lot lighter, and I'm sure it's a lot cheaper. So when you order a frame on there, you put in your artwork size, and then they add everything. And you have to remember too that there is about 1/4 inch around every side that is hidden by the edge of the frame. So, it's not a huge deal if you don't cut this like perfect, because you're not going to see it anyway. The only reason to cut this perfect would be if you were putting it on an artist canvas and not wrapping it around the back, or you know what I mean? But yeah, this is the first step that I always do, is I will cut the canvas, the edge of the canvas off. Now, before I even did this, and I didn't show it on camera, I took my roller that I have. You can use a rolling pin. I have a roller that was a Mod Podge roller, and I rolled over the whole thing to make sure all the diamonds were down. And then I took a clean toothbrush that I only use for this, and I rubbed it over all of the diamonds to get off any excess wax that may be on there. So there you have the diamond painting. God, it looks so good, doesn't it? And now what I need to do is I need to spray the foam core. That yellow package is the framing hardware, but because I'm going to be putting this on an easel that I bought from Wayfair, I don't need to put hanging hardware on the back. And what I'm doing right now is there are like little tabs that are holding down the acrylic and the foam core, and I'm just pushing those up so I can get everything out of the frame. So there is the foam core. That's the back of the frame. I just got a plain black frame. But there's the foam core, and then I use latex gloves when I use the tacky spray. I highly advise that, and I also do it outside, because you don't want adhesive in your house, and you don't want adhesive on your fingers or your hands. I even take off my glasses when I do it. I took off my rings here because I couldn't get my glove over them. But yeah, I take off my glasses when I do it, because you don't want adhesive on your glasses either if it sprays back on you. So I use Aleene's Tacky Spray, and I paused it when I walked outside. So this is I have it already sprayed. And what I do is I learned. I put the diamond painting, the back towards me, and then I will put the foam core over top of it. That is easier than trying to get the diamond painting on it. And I apologize for the camera jumping. It doesn't always work perfect, so you're going to see I'm going to pull this up. It still pulls up very easy because it is tacky. And even though on the right side you can see some of the white foam core, it doesn't matter, because, again, like I said, 1/4 inch on each side is hidden by the edge of the frame. So, and I happen to bump the tripod right there. Yeah, I should have hit the button for the autofocus, but there's the Mod Podge roller that I bought at Michael's. They have it on Amazon.com also. And I'm just rolling over the piece now to make sure it is tacked down to the foam core. And it is. I mean, once it's on there, it's on there. It's not coming off. And then, you know, once you put it in the frame, the acrylic, all of that, it holds it in, and the tabs on the back hold it in too. The framing actually does not take very long at all. This is a very quick process in my opinion. Once I got it down. So now I have to grab the acrylic, and they have protective covering on both sides. And I decided to pause the video while I took this off. So you just peel it, but I didn't want you guys to have to see that. So you're going to see me pulling off the last little bit of it. And it's not easy to pull this off. It's the paper's very sticky. So I threw that on the floor. So then I put the acrylic in first. And I have a little bit of trouble because it's sticking on those little tabs, but I do get it fixed. But yeah, I have to remember next time to make sure I turn off the autofocus, because the jumping of the camera, I know, that bugs me as well. But yeah, this frame cost me about $100 on pictureframes.com. I will link the frame that I bought below. I know not everybody has that option to be able to order custom framing. So all I do here is I just push it in, and sometimes you have to like push it down, because by the time you get the diamond painting on there and the foam core and the acrylic, it is a thick sandwich putting it in the frame. So I'm just making sure that I have all of the tabs. And you'll see you got to push it down. So it's not coming out once you get it in there. It really is not. And now I have to go through and push all of those tabs down. And they were so far up against the right edge that I used my box cutter to like push them down, because I couldn't get my finger in between the edge of the frame and the tab to push it down. So it was just easy to use my box cutter to go ahead and do that. So I go ahead and do this all the way around. Yeah, I will be sure to link the frame and also the diamond painting from Treasure Studios Art. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, I'll try to link also the Podge Roller that I use. It's like $6. It's the only thing I use it for. It works really, really well though, and it's easy to hold it in your hand. Okay, so it looks like I have all of that done, and now we're going to see the finished result, because doesn't it look so good? OMG. It's just so easy to have this look professional, in my opinion. Love it. Absolutely love it. So now, because the frame is going to be on an easel, I'm going to put the brown backing paper on it. And I use that glue. I already cut the backing paper to the size of the frame. And I didn't have double-sided sticky tape, because that's what I usually use when I do this part. This glue is zip dry glue, and it's really made for scrapbooking, but it worked really well for this. And so I just put it on the edge, and you wouldn't see because I paused the video. I spent like 20 minutes cleaning out the nozzle of this glue, because I hadn't used the glue in so long that it had dried in the top of it, and no glue would come out. So I had to wind up using a Q-tip and a needle and cleaning out the tip of that. So yeah, it took me like 20 minutes to do that. Yeah. And then I just pressed it on, and then I just go around and I do each side. Normally I had this little doodad thing that's like a razor knife that you can put, you put the brown paper over, and then you can cut it exactly to the edge with this thing. But I just decided to cut the paper ahead of time, and that's what I did. I really like this glue. What's nice about the glue also, the zip dry glue, is that if you get it on like over the edge of your paper, all you gotta do is rub your finger on it and it balls up and rubs off. There's no like glue stains or anything like that. It's really a fantastic glue. It reminds me of rubber cement. Do you remember that stuff we used to use in school? Yeah. It reminds me of that. See how I'm rubbing it off the edge because it went over the edge a little bit? And yeah, like I said, I'm not going to put any hanging hardware on this because it's going on the easel that I bought from Wayfair. And I'll link the easel also. The easel was, I can't remember how much. I want to say 40 bucks. And I'll also link the zip dry glue. I'll try to link every single thing that I use in here to help you. I have a lot of framing videos on my channel. The frame, the glue, the Mod Podge Roller. And this is just brown, like a roll of brown paper that you would get like at the post office, or, you know, yeah, that's all it is. Like, I've wrapped packages with this before. So a tip that I learned from, and I want to say it was Vanna, the Twisted Stitcher, when she has framed her stuff, and she has done this with needlework, she will spray, and you're going to see me do it, she will spray the back of the brown paper with water and then dry it with a hairdryer, and it tightens up the paper. So you're going to see me do that because I do have a spray bottle for when I iron my cross-stitch fabric. I usually will dampen it first. So I get the paper all glued down, and that worked really well. And then I take my sprayer, and I'll even link the sprayer because I got that from Amazon too. And it actually missed the paper. So you probably don't need to douse the paper as much as I did. I think I sprayed a little too much on there, but I sprayed the water on there, and then I paused it because I went downstairs and I dried it with a hairdryer. My hairdryer is downstairs. So you're going to see it's going to flip back, and see how it's nice and tight? Paper is very, very tight on the back of there. So now it's time to put it on the easel. And you're going to see me, I'm going to pause the video once again because I do put it on the easel and I show you. And I also do not, I don't buy non-glare glass anymore, or acrylic. There's the frame, and there's where it's going to lay. I realize the lighting is not that great. It turned out so good though, and I love that easel from Wayfair. I have trouble on the frame downstairs in my bedroom. So I hope you enjoyed seeing this done and how I framed it. As always, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section below, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.